synthesis of mechanism. First, let us see what is a mechanism. For example, if we consider a 4-bar mechanism, this will be the L1, that will be the fixed link. L2, this will be the crank to which the input will be given. L3 will be the coupler link and L4 will be the output link. So, synthesis. Synthesis is the process of designing of a mechanism to get the required output for the given input. If we want oscillation motion of the link L4, we need to give oscillation input to link L2, and so for that purpose synthesis of a mechanism needs to be done. The types or the steps in the synthesis of a mechanism are mainly divided in three parts, that is type synthesis, number synthesis, and the third one is dimension synthesis. So let's get started with the first one, that is the type synthesis. In type synthesis, we mainly determine what link or material are we going to use in our mechanism. The link may be binary, ternary, quaternary, material may be cast iron, steel, aluminium, etc. as per the requirement. In the number synthesis, we find out the number of links which will be required in a mechanism. For example, in a 4-bar mechanism, we require 4 links. The number of joints in the mechanism. So this will be first, the second, third, and the fourth joint, which will be required to complete our mechanism. The bar mechanism. This will be the L1, that will be the fixed link. L2, this will be the crank to which the input will be given. L3 will be the coupler link and L4 will be the output link. So, synthesis. Synthesis is the process of designing of a mechanism to get the required output for the given input. If we want oscillation motion of the link L4, we need to give oscillation input to link L2, and so for that purpose synthesis of a mechanism needs to be done. The types or the steps in the synthesis of a mechanism are mainly divided in three parts, that is type synthesis, number synthesis, and the third one is dimension synthesis. So let's get started with the first one, that is the type synthesis. In type synthesis, we mainly determine what link or material are we going to use in our mechanism. The link may be binary, ternary, quaternary, material may be cast iron, steel, aluminium, etc. as per the requirement. In the number synthesis, we find out the number of links which will be required in a mechanism. For example, in a 4-bar mechanism, we require 4 links. The number of joints in the mechanism. So this will be first, the second, third, and the fourth joint, which will be required to complete our mechanism. The another factor which can be used in number synthesis is degree of freedom. Degree of freedom gives us the relative motion of a mechanism in various planes for one single given input. So the degree of freedom can be found out by using the Grubler's criteria, and this is number synthesis. Dimension synthesis is the last and the final step of synthesis of a mechanism, which includes finding out the dimension and exact position and angles of a mechanism so as to design it and fit the designed mechanism in the confined space provided to us as per the final designing and the prototype. So this is all about the steps in the synthesis. So when the synthesis is done, we need to see if the mechanism fits that the precision points as per the design. Now, what are precision points? These are the spacing or the distance between which the mechanism will function exactly as it is designed for. Precision points shows us where the mechanism might fail or vary from the desired output which we wanted from the mechanism during the design stage. So, the determination of precision points precision points. Now consider a function y is equal to f of x. Let's plot x1, x2, x3 and x4 on the x-axis and y1, y2, y3 and y4 on the y-axis. If let's connect them. Okay, so we will get a straight line if we join the midpoints of these coordinates. The function is y is equal to f
Growing businesses need a hosting solution that is powerful yet easy to manage. Let's look at how.
of x. The for if these are the points at which our mechanism will meet. If the graph was supposed to be like this, we may get a graph like this. So at these points, this will be the P1, P2, P3 and P4. We will get precision points at which the mechanism will meet the required input or the required output which we were designed for. The next question is how to find these precision points so as to solve the numerical. It is found out using a theorem named Chebyshev spacing. Now, what is a Chebyshev spacing? It is basically a theorem used to find out the spacing between these precision points at which the mechanism will meet. It has a straight simple formula. Let's not get into the detail of the formula as it is not included in the syllabus and it has no derivation. So it is used for best spacing of precision points and it is given by let xj be the precision point 1 upon 2 bracket xf plus xs minus 1 upon 2 xf minus xs cos pi 2j minus 1 upon 2n. Okay, so this will be the formula for Chebyshev spacing. Xf will show the finish point. Xs will show the start point. N will be number of precision points and J will be the precision point number. So this is the formula for Chebyshev spacing. We should consider taking the sequence as mentioned xf plus xs because we may get jumbled in this term when we take x's and xf alternately. So consider xf plus xs to be in the same position as mentioned. Next, this is the Chebyshev spacing. Consider to keep your calci in the radian mode because the cost term in the inside term of the cost does not have any trigonometric function. So it needs to be in the radian so as to get the correct answer for the following numerical. Consider keeping your calculator in the radian mode for Chebyshev spacing. So let's take a numerical and see what the Chebyshev spacing is and how it works. Consider a function. Let's consider a function y is equal to log 10 to the base x. We have been given the start point as 1 and finish point as 5 and we have to equally space it in 3 precision points. So as per the formula mentioned, it will be 1 upon 2 5 plus 1 minus 1 upon 2 5 minus 1 cos pi 2 into j will be first point, so 1 upon 2 into number of precision points 3. This will be the formula for x1. So let's calculate for the given term. Mind it, my calci is in the radian mode, it's in the r as you can see. Let's start with the calculation. 1 1 divided by 2 bracket 5 plus 1 finish plus start minus 1 divided by 2 5 minus 1 finish minus start cos shift pi 2 into 1 first point minus 1 upon 2 into 3 bracket close is equal to 3 minus under root 3. Press the SD button 1.267. Similarly, for second point 1 upon 2 5 plus 1 minus 1 upon 2 5 minus 1 cos pi 2 into 2 because we are considering second point upon 2 into 3. Similarly, solving it, we will be getting the answer approximately 3, and similarly solving for x3 we will be getting as 4.732. Now we have x1, x2 and x3. So we can calculate y1 by putting it in the function log 10 to the base 1.2679, which will be approximately 0.1030, or y2 which will be log 10 to the base 3, which is equal to 0.4771, and y3 will be log 10 to the base 4.732, which will be approximately 0.675. So friends, this is Chebyshev spacing, and I'll come back to you with another video and sharing another stuff. Thank you. Mechanism turns. Let's consider a 4-bar mechanism and let the starting angle of the input link be theta s and that of the output link be phi s. For example, if this mechanism turns through some angle and also the coupler link may turn, which will change the angle of the output link, which will be phi s1, and this will be theta s1. So when it changes at certain points, the angle will change, and so will the output and input link. We can find out the angle of the mechanism, how it turns, by using certain formulas. Those formulas are theta s is equal to, this might be the number of angles through which the mechanism turns, which will be del theta upon del x bracket xf minus xs plus theta s. So the term here included are theta s1 will be the position angle, del theta will be the difference between the start and the finish angle, which will be provided in the question. Del x will be the difference between start and finish position, and theta s will be the starting angle of mechanism. Similarly, this was for the input link. For the output link, we can use del phi upon del y, yf minus ys plus phi s. The same terms are used. Del phi will be the difference of the output link. Del y will be the y1, y2 finish and start positions of y. Yf will be the finish position. Ys will be the start position.
ओके गूगल, झांसी वाली रानी गाना सुनाओ।
जरूर, यह रहा।
And phi s will be the initial angle of the output link of the mechanism. So friends, let's solve a numerical on Chebyshev spacing as well as finding the angles of a mechanism, which will constitute one whole numerical in your exam paper. Let's take a solved example from previous question papers, which will have a function as y is equal to 1 by x, and the limits were given as y equal less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 3, we were given theta s and phi s as 30 and 200 degree respectively. So theta s was 30 degree, phi s was 200 degree respectively. We have to space it in 3 equal precision points. So we were given this given data. Let's start. Considering the limits which were given, it corresponds to xs is equal to 1 and xf is equal to 3. So this was the limits which will be used to find the start and the finish position. Now as soon as we get these, we can find del x will be 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. So we have the del x. Now let's put it in the y. So ys will be 1 upon xs, which is 1 upon 1, which will be 1. Yf will be 1 upon xf, which will be 1 upon 3, which is going to be 0.6667. I'm sorry, this might be 0.3337. So we have the answers of yf and ys. So del y will be yf minus ys, which will be, we are also provided with del theta is equal to del phi is equal to 90 degree. So del theta is equal to del phi is equal to 90 degree, which can be used to find theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3 respectively. So let's start with the Chebyshev spacing formula for the first point, 1 upon 2. Remember the finish position, then the start position, minus 1 upon 2 xf minus x cos pi 2j minus 1 upon 2n in the radian mode. Okay, so 1 upon 2. What was the finish position? 3 first minus 1 upon 2, 3 minus 1 cos of pi 2 into 1 minus 1 upon 2 into 3 precision points. So we'll get x1 is equal to 1.1339. Similarly, x2 and x3 will be 2 and 2.866. If we put the values of x1, x2 and x3 in y, we will get y is equal to 1 upon 1.1339, which is equal to 0.88. y2 is equal to 0.5 and y3 is equal to 0.349. So in this way, half of our numerical is almost over. Let's go towards finding the angles theta 1, and as per the formula it was theta s, the start angle, plus del theta upon del x bracket. Now we have to consider the positions x1 minus the start position always. We have been given theta s as 30 degree, del theta as 90 degree. We have found out del x will be 2, x1 as 1.1339 and x's as the start position 1, which will give us theta 1 is equal to 36.02 degree. Next, similarly, theta 2 will be theta as 30 plus 90 divided by 2. In space of x1, you have to put a 2 plus 1, which will give you it as 75, and theta 3 will be same 30 plus 90 divided by 2, 1.1339 minus 1, which will give you theta 3 as 113.97. So this was the theta that will be the input angles of a mechanism. Let's find the phi 1, which will be phi s plus del phi upon del y, y1 minus ys. We have the ys, we have ys, we have del phi, we have phi s and we have del y. We also have y1. So substituting the above values in the equation, we will get phi 1 as 184.05 degree phi 2, which will be phi s, that is 200 degree, plus del phi we are given as 90 degree, del y we can find out y1 which is 0.8 and ys which is equal to 1. So putting all the equations.
Hello friends, hopefully आप सब ठीक ही होंगे, बढ़िया ही होंगे. So today friends, I have brought for you this plasma ball. So
We have to use y2 for a second angle. This is 0.5. We have to substitute and we get 132.50 degree. Phi 3 is equal to 112.10. So this is it for the Chebyshev spacing, and the angles. This numerical might consist of 6 or 8 marks in your examinations along with a 4-mark theory question. So friends, we can also find out the number of precision points and their spacing graphically, and today we are going to discuss about graphical method of finding out the precision points. So let's take down a question which was in the previous question paper. We have been given a function y is equal to e raised to x. Also we have been given xs is equal to 0, xf is equal to 4, and it has to be placed in 3 precision points. It has to be spaced between 3 precision points. So the first step, as usual, finding del x, which will be xf minus xs, 4 minus 0, which is going to be 4. So the first step in graphical method is to draw a circle of del x diameter, but as the diameter might be only 4 centimeter or 4 units, we can double the scale, that is 1:2 for the given numerical, or you can continue with del x is equal to 4 units diameter. So you will be needing a compass around a cup and a ruler. So first let's measure the diameter 8 centimeter from the point. So this is 8 centimeter and we draw a circle. So friends, the circle is completed and we have now a central line selection in the circle. I am using a pen for this purpose. You can also use a pencil as I don't have a pencil. So this will be the middle point. Take your divider or the protractor, keep it on the exact center points, and we have to divide the circle in the number of precision points which have been mentioned. So that will be 3 parts which will form a hexagon in the circle. The first point will be 45, second will be 90, and the third point will be at 135 degree. So I have marked all the points, and so now I have joined the lines to and fro for all the points in which it was divided, and now the circle is complete. The points were divided as 45, 90 and 135. I drew a line across a perpendicular and then I connected the dots. Make sure and be careful you make a hexagon of exactly the same shape. If you tilt the hexagon and make it the other way around, you won't get the correct values because it will start from this point and end at this point. We need points to be from this end to this end, right from the edges of the 3 points we had divided it earlier. So now your diagram is completed, and this will be the start position, this will be the finish position, and this point, the perpendicular line which will meet to the x-axis from above position will indicate x1. The middle portion will be or the middle point will be x2 and the last point will be x3. We have to measure the points right from axis. Suppose this point here from axis to x1 will be 3 centimeter linearly, so we have to divide it by 2 so as to get the correct answer in the proportionate scale above. We have doubled the scale, so we have to take 50% of the original answer. It will be 1.5, and suppose if we get this point and this point as 10, you have to divide it by 2 so as to get 5 centimeter. That will be the correct answer. When you get the above answers for x1, x2 and x3, when you get the x1 position or the x1 answer which I was getting on a graph paper was 0.25, x2 will be 2 and x3 will be 3.75. So these are the answers I was getting on a graph paper, and you can find out the y value by e raised to x1, e raised to x2, e raised to x3, which will be around 1.284, 7.389 and 42.5271. These are the approx answers of what you get for the corresponding values, and you have found out successfully the precision points using graphical method. You can verify these answers using Chebyshev spacing. And thank you for watching. If you liked it, like it, subscribe and comment in the section below so as to improve the video quality and contents. And if you have any queries, you can comment in the section below. Thank you. Signing off.
Lecture will
Okay, Google.
discuss
Horses in Rani Lakshmi Bai
two
example.
position
horses
synthesis
included
of
Sarangi,
slider
Pavan
crank
and Badal.
mechanism
Badal.
with inversion method. Okay, inversion method છે
Okay, Google,
આપણે 4x
physiotherapist
mechanism માં
near
use
me.
કરીએ
Dr.
છીએ.
John's
Same
clinic.
procedure
All of Google.
અહીંયા slider crank mechanism માં apply કરીશું. Minor changes હશે. Okay. So this figure here represents a slider crank mechanism. Okay. As we are discussing here, two position synthesis. તો અહીંયા બે positions બતાવેલી છે. First position A, B1, C1. Second position A, B2, C2. And one more thing here, અહીંયા જે slider છે તો અહીંયા આ pin joint ની લાઈનમાં નથી બતાવેલું. It is at some distance E. Okay. તમને E0 આપેલું હશે તો E0 મૂકો તમે આ લાઈન છે તે ઓવરલેપ થઈ જશે એકબીજા સાથે. ઓકે, at that time slider will be in line with this center line. અહીંયા મેં સ્લાઇડર અમુક ઓફસેટ ડિસ્ટન્સ પર મૂકેલ છે. ઓકે, this E is basically eccentricity. So it is at some distance from this line. Theta 12 is the angle between first position and second position of crank. S12 is the distance between first position and second position of slider. હવે આ S12 છે તે એંગલ નથી, એ લિનિયર ડિસ્ટન્સ છે, બીકોઝ સ્લાઇડર છે તે આગળ પાછળ મૂવ થવાનું છે, સ્લાઇડર છે તે રોટેટ નથી થવાનું. Okay, so S12 is the distance between initial position and final position of slider here. This theta is the angle of this crank with horizontal. ત્યાં જે હોરિઝોન્ટલ છે ત્યાંથી ક્રેન્ક ની ફર્સ્ટ પોઝિશન નો એંગલ કેટલો છે, that is theta. So in two position synthesis of slider crank mechanism આપણે આટલી વસ્તુ known હશે. કઈ વસ્તુ? First, length of crank. Length of crank means આ જે A B1 છે એટલું distance known હશે. Length of crank will be known to us. Second, eccentricity. Eccentricity means this distance. આ જે બે લાઇન્સ છે હોરિઝોન્ટલ, એ બે લાઇન વચ્ચેનું ડિસ્ટન્સ એ નોન હશે. કે E is equal to 0 મૂકશો તો આ બે લાઈન એકબીજાને ઓવરલેપ થઈ જશે. કે નથિંગ વિલ ચેન્જ. કે theta 12 will be known to us. theta 12 આ જે એંગલ છે ફર્સ્ટ એન્ડ સેકન્ડ પોઝિશન વચ્ચેનો એંગલ તે નોન હશે. એન્ડ S12 distance between first and second position આ distance known હશે. So what will be the unknown quantity? So unknown things are length of connecting link. આ જે લિંક છે લિંક B1 C1 ઓકે ઓર લિંક નંબર 3 આની લેન્થ અનનોન હશે. એન્ડ એંગલ થીટા આ જે ઇનિશિયલ એંગલ છે થીટા આ હોરિઝોન્ટલ લાઈન થી ક્રેન્કનો એંગલ તે અનનોન હશે. તો આવું ક્યારે બનતું હોય છે? જ્યારે આપણે કોઈ મિકેનિઝમ બનાવતા હોઈએ છીએ, ડિઝાઇન કરતા હોઈએ છીએ. ઓકે એટ ધેટ ટાઈમ મારી પાસે સ્પેસ અથવા તો ટૂલ, સપોઝ અહીંયા કટિંગ ટૂલ એઝ્યુમ કરી દો. ઓકે અહીંયા મારું કટિંગ ટૂલ મૂકેલું છે એવું એઝ્યુમ કરી દો અને મારે કટ પાડવાનો છે. કેટલા ડિસ્ટન્સ, કેટલી લેન્થનો કટ પાડવાનો છે? આ S12 જેટલી લેન્થનો કટ પાડવાનો છે. તો મીન્સ અમારું જે હોરિઝોન્ટલ મૂવમેન્ટ છે તે કેટલી થવી જોઈએ? આટલી થવી જોઈએ, S12 જેટલી. અને મારી પાસે ક્રેન્ક જગ્યા કેટલી અવેલેબલ છે? ક્રેન્કની લેન્થ મને ખ્યાલ હશે કે એ B1 એ ક્રેન્કની લેન્થ મને ખ્યાલ હશે. તો મારે ડિઝાઇન શું કરવાનું હોય કે આ ક્રેન્ક અને અહીંયા જે સ્લાઇડર છે એને કનેક્ટ કઈ રીતે કરું? કેટલી લેન્થની લિંક યુઝ કરવાની ઇન બિટવીન કે જેનાથી મને આ કન્ફિગ્યુરેશન મળી શકે. આ જે B1 C1 છે એ કેટલી લેન્થની લેવી પડે મારે તો મને આટલું ડિસ્ટન્સ મળે. જો હું આ એંગલ થીટા છે એ થીટા 12 જેટલો ચેન્જ કરું તો થીટા 12 જેટલા એંગલ ચેન્જ કરીશ તો મને S12 જેટલું આઉટપુટ મળવું જોઈએ. તો એના માટે આ લેન્થ કેટલી રાખવાની? તો એવા કેસીસ માટે આ ટુ પોઝિશન સિન્થેસિસ છે તે એપ્લિકેબલ થશે. જ્યારે મને અનનોન ક્વોન્ટિટી હશે, આ જે થર્ડ લિંક છે તેની લેન્થ એન્ડ એંગલ થીટા, આ બે વસ્તુ અનનોન હશે. So let's have a look at the solution. કઈ રીતે સોલ્વ થશે? So these are the known things, these are the unknown things જે આપણે ઓલરેડી ડિસ્કસ કરેલ છે. અને આ રીતનું મારે મિકેનિઝમ બનાવવાનું છે, ડ્રો કરવાનું છે. એની ઉપરથી મારે લિંક છે B1 C1. So let's have a look at the solution. કઈ રીતે આપણે સોલ્વ કરીશું? So first known things are length of crank and eccentricity. Okay, હવે length of crank મને ખબર છે, પણ એક લાઈન આ ક્રેન્ક વાળી લાઈન કેટલા એંગલ પર ડ્રો કરવાની તે મને ખબર નથી, because theta is unknown right now. Okay. So we will start with eccentricity. So we will draw two lines. બે લાઈન આપણે ડ્રો કરીશું જે એકબીજાને પેરેલલ હશે at a distance E. Okay. આ લાઈનની લેન્થ અત્યારે મને નથી ખબર. ઓકે, તો હું રેન્ડમ લેન્થની લાઈન ડ્રો કરું. Like this. The first line and આ લાઈનથી E જેટલા ડિસ્ટન્સ ઉપર આપણે બીજી લાઈન ડ્રો કરીશું જેની ઉપર આપણું જે સ્લાઇડર છે તે મૂવ થતું હશે, ઓર કટિંગ ટૂલ છે તે મૂવ થતું હશે. ઓકે, તો લાઇકવાઇઝ સ્ટાર્ટિંગ આપણે અહીંયાથી કરીશું. બે લાઇન્સ છે તે પેરેલલ ડ્રો કરીશું at a distance E. Now still I cannot start with this length of crank. આ length of crank થી હજુ પણ સ્ટાર્ટ નહીં કરી because એંગલ મને હજુ પણ અનનોન છે. તો બીજા કયા ડેટા આપેલા છે? theta 12 and S12. હવે મને ક્રેન્કની પોઝિશન જ અત્યારે નથી ખ્યાલ, તો θ12 ક્યાંથી મેઝર કરવાનું? So another data is given to us S12. So we will utilize that distance. તો આ જે E જેટલા ડિસ્ટન્સ પર આ જે નાની લાઈન ડ્રો કરેલી છે એની ઉપર કોઈ પણ રેન્ડમ પોઈન્ટ ઉપર એક પોઈન્ટ માર્ક કરો C1, જે આપનો કટિંગ ટૂલ છે તેની ફર્સ્ટ પોઝિશન અથવા તો સ્લાઇડરની ફર્સ્ટ પોઝિશન રિપ્રેઝન્ટ કરતું હશે. કે આ લાઈન ઉપર ગમે ત્યાં હોઈ શકે છે, રેન્ડમલી માર્ક કરવાનું છે. Then I know the S12 distance between first and second position વચ્ચેનું ડિસ્ટન્સ મને ખ્યાલ છે. Okay, so at the distance S12 જેટલા ડિસ્ટન્સ ઉપર I will mark another point C2. આ પોઈન્ટ C2 છે, આ વાળો પોઈન્ટ. Now where to start for crank? ક્રેન્ક માટે ક્યાંથી સ્ટાર્ટ કરવાનું? ઓકે, સો આપને ખબર છે કે ક્રેન્ક ક્યાં આવશે? ક્રેન્કનું ઇનિશિયલ પોઝિશન આ પોઈન્ટ A છે, તે આ જે નીચેની લાઈન છે એની ઉપર જ ખસવાનું છે. ઓકે, તો આ લાઈન ઉપર હું રેન્ડમલી પોઈન્ટ માર્ક કરું છું અને એ પોઈન્ટને નામ આપી દઉં છું પોઈન્ટ A. ધેટ મીન્સ આ જે મારું ક્રેન્ક છે એનું ઓરિજિન અહીંયા હશે, એક પોઈન્ટ અહીંયા હશે. હવે બીજો પોઈન્ટ ક્યાં છે તે મને નથી ખ્યાલ. તો આટલા ડેટા ઉપરથી આપણે હવે ઇન્વર્ઝન મિકેનિઝમમાં જે કોન્સેપ્ટ યુઝ કરેલા હતા તે યુઝ કરીશું. ફર્સ્ટ વી વિલ જોઈન પોઈન્ટ A એન્ડ C2. પોઈન્ટ A અને C2 ને જોઈન કરતી એક લાઈન ડ્રો કરીશું લાઈક ધીસ. ઓકે, આ કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન લાઇન્સ છે એટલે તમારે લાઇટ શેડમાં ડ્રો કરવાની રહેશે. આ રીતે A અને C2 ને જોઈન કરતી લાઈન ડ્રો કરીશું. નાઉ ઇન્વર્ઝન મિકેનિઝમમાં જે રીતે કરતા હતા, હવે આ લાઈન થી θ12 જેટલા એંગલ ઉપર θ12 is known to us. તો θ12 જેટલા એંગલ ઉપર આપણે બીજી લાઈન ડ્રો કરીશું, જે રીતે આપણે ઇન્વર્ઝનમાં કરતા હતા 4 બાર મિકેનિઝમ માટે એ જ રીતે. તો θ12 જેટલા એંગલ ઉપર લાઈન ડ્રો કરી દઈશું આપણે. So this is also construction line. Okay, તો લાઇટર શેડમાં ડ્રો કરવાની રહેશે. એની લેન્થ કેટલી છે તે મને નથી ખ્યાલ. ઓકે, સો રેન્ડમ લેન્થની ડ્રો કરી દઈશું. નાઉ take radius equal to AC2 જેટલી રેડિયસ લઈને સેન્ટર એસ A અને એક આર્ક ડ્રો કરવાનો રહેશે. તો ડ્રો એન આર્ક. A ને સેન્ટર રાખવાનું છે અને AC2 જેટલી રેડિયસ લેવાની છે અને એક આર્ક ડ્રો કરવાનો છે. હવે આ આર્ક આ લાઈનને જ્યાં ઇન્ટરસેક્ટ થાય છે at that point we will get point C2 dash. જે રીતે આપણે 4 બાર મિકેનિઝમમાં મેળવતા હતા, θ12 જેટલા એંગલ ઉપર લાઈન ડ્રો કરીને આર્ક મારેલો છે અને બંને જ્યાં ઇન્ટરસેક્ટ થાય છે ત્યાં આપણે એક પોઈન્ટ આપશું. So I am getting this point C2 dash. Now same procedure, join C1 and C2 dash and draw perpendicular bisector to that line. Join this point C1 and C2 dash. Okay, this is also construction line. C1 C2 dash ne join કરી દઈશું and we will draw a perpendicular bisector to this line C1 C2 dash. C1 C2 dash ને perpendicular bisector draw કરવાનો રહેશે. હવે કઈ રીતે ડ્રો કરવાનો છે ઓલરેડી એક્સપ્લેન કરી ચૂકેલો છું, સો આઈ એમ નોટ રિપીટિંગ ધેટ થિંગ. This is perpendicular bisector. So perpendicular bisector draw કરી દીધો, but still we have not found this location of B1. B1 ક્યાં આવશે? તે હજુ સુધી ખ્યાલ નથી. ઓકે, તો ચેક કે આપને જેટલી વસ્તુ નોન છે એ બધી વસ્તુનો યુઝ કરી લીધો છે. એસેન્ટ્રિસિટી we have used it. Theta 12 used here. S12 used here. Length of crank આ વસ્તુ આપણે આપેલી છે પણ હજુ સુધી આપણે યુઝ નથી કરી. તો લેન્થ ઓફ ક્રેન્ક, તો ક્રેન્કની જેટલી લેન્થ હશે તેટલી રેડિયસ લઈશું આપણે. and we will draw an arc. હવે ક્રેન્ક છે એ ઓબ્વિયસ છે કે એનું સેન્ટર અહીંયા આવવાનું છે એ ઉપર. તો એ ઉપર સેન્ટર લઈને રેડિયસ ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ લેન્થ ઓફ ક્રેન્ક, ડ્રો એન આર્ક, એક આર્ક ડ્રો કરવાનો રહેશે જે આ પરપેન્ડિક્યુલર બાયસેક્ટર ને અહીંયા ઇન્ટરસેક્ટ થશે. It will intersect this perpendicular bisector at this point. Okay, this point is point B1. જે આ ફિગરમાં આપેલો છે. Now હવે સ્લાઇડર ક્રેન્ક મિકેનિઝમમાં કેટલા પોઈન્ટ જરૂરી છે? A, B and C. 3 પોઈન્ટ જરૂરી છે. So join these 3 points A, B1, C1 that completes our mechanism. તો હવે આપણું જે ફાઇનલ ડ્રોઈંગ છે તે આપણું ડાર્ક શેડમાં હોવું જોઈએ because it is our goal જે ફાઇન્ડ કરવાનું હતું. So join A, B1 and also join B1, C1. So this completes our mechanism. A, B1 is crank, B1, C1 is connecting rod અને C1 ની ઉપર આ સ્લાઇડર અટેચ કરેલું હતું. So now if you measure this distance between point B1 and C1, આની બેની વચ્ચેનું ડિસ્ટન્સ મેઝર કરશો then you will find the length BC or length of connecting link. Here B1, C1 in our drawing. And length measure करशो then you will find the length of connecting link. And if you measure this angle, crank and horizontal position વચ્ચેનો angle measure કરશો then you will find the angle theta. So angle theta પણ આ રીતે આપણને મળી જશે. So this is how you are required to solve the problem for 2 position synthesis of slider crank mechanism.